Tell the guys, how did your foot go? With
You asked me the question.
Okay, so how long have you had the foot problem again?
I've had sensory neuropathy for the last, I'd say 2 years.
And what are the symptoms like?
Very painful foot, shooting pains into the toes, burning, hot, sweaty, swollen, and feels like I've got a lump of metal in the forefoot.
And is that all the time, or is it sometimes?
It's constantly.
Constant
It constantly happens. And the only time it gets any better is if I put my feet up, or I sit Indian style on the if you can call that for want of a word, sit with my legs crossed like that, and I'm pressing the fluid out of my feet because they feel swollen all the time. Whether there's fluid there, I'm not sure.
And does it still shoot during those periods?
Nah, sometimes it gives me a little niggle shoot, but usually when it's down like this or when I'm walking, that's when the shooting pains occur. If I'm just sitting with my feet up like that, sometimes it just shoots pain like that.
So tell me about your foot now and after the tape.
Well, I had an hour between both feet, and on my left foot I was getting constant burning, constant tingling, constant shooting pain.
And this is before the tape?
This is before the tape. And I was very skeptical, as one would be. And now, although the swelling's still there and the ball of the foot still feels the same, it's less intense than it used to be, but there's no shooting pains in my toes at all.
At all. And the strength? Comment on the strength?
The strength is fine. When you did that muscle, I can't describe. It's indescribable. What you did which muscle group was it?
That was your tib posterior.
In my tib posterior tibialis, was painful when you moved it, and then when you put that tape on, nothing, no pain at all. And what really got me was that the strength of that muscle went from, if you do a visual analog scale of 1 to 10, it was 1, and it was 10 before, no movement. I mean, there was
no strength.
No strength, to 1.
Out of 10 pain.
Full strength.
Yeah, and then how did the right leg compare to the left after the left was the only one that was taped?
Well,
in terms of how did it feel, because one was taped and the other one wasn't taped? How did the other foot feel?
Yeah, now I'm with you. Oh, the right foot was absolutely excruciating. I don't know whether that was psychosomatic, like I told you before, but I didn't think it was, because I've been dealing with this for over 2 years now. But once the other leg was done, there was no shooting pains. There was just complete shooting pains in my right foot. And now, even now as we speak here, now it's been 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
And I've had no shooting pains at all.
So 20 minutes, and we have only applied the tib posteriorlis taping on the right side. How does the swelling feel there, or how does the gait feel?
The foot feels very tight actually at the moment, but then that's because it was really swollen before you put the tape on. I'm really going to be interested to see what's happening in the morning or tomorrow evening at about this time, for 24 hours after the taping. So that's going to be quite interesting to see, and I'd like to report back to you on that.
I'd love to hear from you, and so it's just exciting to hear how does it feel to get relief for the first time, and what do you think this is going to mean for your patients?
Oh, no, that's very good, and I think that if I'm able to do as good as you've done with my patients, I think I'm going to be getting quite a few patients. Probably a huge proportion of my patients are going to walk out pain-free. I think that's going to be really, really important, depending that 75% of my patients suffer from peripheral neuropathy, some sort of peripheral neuropathy. It can only, the numbers can only be huge that are going to be spared this type of pain. And it's really good that I actually suffer the same pain, so that I'm actually one that can
identify,
and identify and speak from personal experience about how bad peripheral neuropathy is, but also how good the taping has made my feet feel afterwards.
Thank you very much. We look forward to hearing from you tomorrow.
Thank you.